Two men with thought-provoking intellect, a rousing discussion with a hint of humor. He says this, I say that, with a host that...
Bruh, it's a podcast.
Hi, I would like to welcome you all to our latest episode of Bruh, It's a Podcast. I'm your host, Courtney. We got our two lucky podcasters. We made it to lucky episode number 13. Q&E, how are you guys doing today?
Yo, what up? I'm doing good, people. What's good, bruh?
Another day, another dollar, another episode. Hanging in there. What's up with you?
Way to be excited, Q.
Hey.
Thanks, man. We appreciate you, Q. What a jerk, yo.
Well, before we begin, I do want to give a shout out to Josh Johnson. We loved having him last week. It was a funny episode. Definitely a great time. So definitely a shout out to Josh.
Yeah, you got to give him a round of applause, people. You got to give him a round of applause. He did his thing out here last week. It was great.
It was great having Josh on. You know, it's good to when you have people on that are almost as funny as me and they're allowed to just do their thing and show up. You know, he was great, and you could tell that he was impressed and trying to reach a plateau that I'm at. So,
that's what it was.
He'll keep working and he'll get there one day.
So are we just gonna lose guests now because of Q? Because clearly that's where we're headed.
But Q's own evidence proved that Josh is funnier than him by just the howling. Remember
the keying that Q was doing?
Yes, the keying.
What the people don't know is Q asked for an autograph. He asked him to sign his boot.
Wow.
I didn't want to put that on blast, but now we got to tell them.
I'm saying
let the people know.
We're transparent with the people. We're transparent.
I only have 2 autographs in my entire life. MC Hammer and Chris Hemsworth. That's it.
And that's because Josh rejected you. That's the reason. It would have been 3.
Something that's interesting, I like hitting you guys with some interesting news when something seems a little quirky or interesting, but there was this article that popped up about how many people, when they go to meet like their future in-laws, and like how much of them have eaten undercooked chicken or moldy bread just to like impress their family. Just so, I guess there's been a study done where they've evaluated like 17 different social situations to assess how people felt about the consequences of like eating food that they were served, even if it's not good or not well cooked, if it's by their future parents-in-law. And it seemed like most of them just did it to be polite and like not to refuse the food. So I wanted to see what you guys would do with these like circumstances.
Yo, first off, I wish that people could see my face when he said they made undercooked chicken. Stop. Now, I will say I have eaten food that I didn't necessarily like because I was at a parent's house. I get that. I don't want to disrespect you. You went the time to give me food and so forth. But if your food is undercooked, oh no, sir, I'm not getting sick. I'm not hurling over a toilet to impress somebody's family. No. I'm not getting bubble guts because I like your daughter. That is not happening on E-Stance. I will take a bite and say, this is not for me. Or all of a sudden, that night, I'm a vegetarian because there ain't no way I am hurling for you guys later while you guys are kikiing it up at home. Nope.
We've all done things in that first meeting that we didn't want to. I know, well, you know what? I can remember dinner at a woman's house meeting the in-laws, and they were all Jamaican. That was the first time I had Johnny cakes. I must have ate 50 of them. That's why I'm always referring to Johnny cakes. It's the only thing I know. But I do remember, and you probably know this through experience, 9 out of 10 fathers are going to find a reason not to like you anyway. That's just the way it works. 9 out of 10.
I mean, I don't like the way how you said I'm still gonna get this to experience like I'm some kind of person who's hated by parents all around the way.
No.
But
I just think throughout life and your dating experiences, fathers look at you crooked right from the jump. You know that.
Of course.
They always got an issue. One father didn't like me. This guy was a teacher at Westside High School. Shout out to Westside High School. Their principal, Akbar Cook, my boy. He's doing great things over there. But
are you allowed to say full names? I feel like that's rules we're breaking every time you do that.
Absolutely. But this
teacher,
if
it's his boy.
Yeah, it's my boy, man. It's my boy. We went to high school together. Akbar Cook. He had Oprah Winfrey come to Westside High School in Newark, man. He's doing
I heard,
but
I heard
that's neither here nor there. This guy was a teacher at Westside. I won't say his name, Raymond. And I was dating his daughter, and he said real men smoke weed, and he was turned off and said that I wasn't a real man because I didn't smoke weed. He wanted his daughter with a man that smoked weed.
Is this another shot at Jamaicans?
No.
Is that what you're doing here?
No.
All right, I just wanted to make sure.
you know, she was my high school sweetheart. Didn't work out. Shout out to her and her white husband and white babies. I'm just glad that everybody's happy. There's no bitterness here, not even a little bit. Shout out
I
to
mean,
the little Justin Guarini family, you know, the two sweet kids, all of that stuff.
Yo, what?
so we're just to let the people know. Q is speaking freely because we're broke, okay? No one can sue us because we're broke. Okay, so we're just gonna put that out there. Just gonna put that out there. All right. That being said, I want no parts of the suing. Okay. All right. So, I mean, I'm sure we all have some awkward experiences with fathers. I mean, I had one father who just wouldn't talk to me at all. Just look at me and grunt.
Wow.
The girl was like, "Don't worry, he's okay. Don't take him seriously. He's just being tough." And I'm like, "Yo, is he gonna cut me? Because like I need to know. I need to be aware of the situation." But for the most part, the mothers love me. So you get in contact with the mothers, you get it.
Yeah, I had a really weird experience one time, and this is actually kind of opposite, so this is probably not helping the point. But this is like in my baggy clothes wearing days. You know, when I used to look like I was in like a rap video or I was playing like a professional sport.
Last year.
When I was very young. So I was out with this girl and my friend, and we're like walking around town, and her father comes up to us, right? Father sees us hanging out. He grabs her. He's like, "Let's go," right? Starts pulling her away. And then he's like, "I don't want you messing with these hooligans, these thugs, these jokers. Let's go home now," right? Pulls him, starts walking away. So I'm looking at my friend like, he doesn't even know me. Like, what if I'm a delightful guy, which I am? So I don't know what made me do it, but I actually approached him as they were walking up the hill. So I go up to him, I tap him on the shoulder, and I'm like, "Sir, you don't know who I am. You don't know my family. You don't know where I'm from. And I don't like how you just decided to place me in a box without even asking me any questions, just assuming who I am because of my clothing. I don't appreciate that." And then I was about to walk
Wow.
off, and he stopped me, and he's like, "Son, you are 100% correct." And then
What?
he told his daughter, "You can stay for another 30 minutes and then come home immediately." And then we were able to hang out. Yeah, that was like one thing that like really, really stuck with me in life, to like just be real to yourself and like don't let anybody like classify you or box you or whatever. But yeah, it worked. I'm sure that he probably would have regretted it because I think we got into trouble later. But the point of the story is always be true to who you are and don't let anybody like box you in. So yeah, for parents, I don't know why you'd want to be fake and get sick. To get salmonella over, or however, I don't even know how you ever say that word. Salmonella or
Salmonella.
Don't
Okay.
try to say it. Don't try to say
But
it.
Courtney, before you continue, I just want to
Yeah.
thank you for giving such a riveting story of
Oh,
the
yeah.
young Courtney who stood up to Daddy Say No.
Yeah.
I would like to let you know, if that was me and you tapped me
Mhm.
on my shoulder, I would have slapped the heck out of you. And then when the police would have came, I was that he assaulted me by putting his hands on me first. It was self-defense. I thought he was coming for my daughter. Don't you ever
Oh.
put your hands on me, big boy. I would have knocked you out, big boy.
Wow.
See, you're the problem in America. All right,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is what's wrong with
That's
I'm
America.
the problem in America. I vote.
that's bad.
What's the problem? What's the problem?
But yes, that is impressive, Courtney. But had it been today and you had those tight pants on that you wear nowadays, this guy really would have hated you, man.
He
It would have been a no-go.
He would have seen you as no threat.
You can see the birth date on Courtney's license in his pants.
No, you cannot. I won't let you do this to me. All right, so we got a fan question coming from you guys, a fan from Canada, actually. So I'm going to play it for you guys, let you guys listen to it, and then we'll get your thoughts.
Hey guys, I just want to know your thoughts on these voiceover white actors now deciding after so many years they should let Black or any other actor of color play their own race as cartoon characters instead of white actors.
All right, yeah, that's interesting, especially because of the times that we're in. What do you guys think about that?
Well, my thoughts is a little bit different. If it's like anime or cartoons, I guess it's a little different. You're representing it and so forth. So if you're able to execute the accent properly, then that's okay because at the end of the day, it's anime and so forth. Now, it's a little different if it's acting. I know people are still waiting for a Black James Bond. People are probably wanting a Black Batman. I know a lot of people were upset when there was a white Green Lantern, because that's not how he originally was portrayed in the books. So if it's like acting in regards to physical actors and so forth, I think people are comfortable or looking for what they see in the comic books or the historical character. But in regards to anime or cartoons, as long as you're able to execute the accent properly and so forth, I don't think it's that big of a difference. But that's just my perspective. But what I do hate is when you have somebody killing the accent. Like if it's supposed to be a Jamaican accent and he sounds like Englishman.
Liana's just come back from the island. Jamaica! Yes.
It's totally weird to me when that happens. Please execute the accent properly based on whatever nation the character is supposed to be portrayed. That is what really irks me.
This is one of the things I hate, and this is going on for years. Minorities have a hard time getting into any type of acting as it is, and then you give voice roles to non-people of color. And that's always happened. That still happens in video games. It happens in cartoons all the time. And it goes all the way back to the whitewashing of movies and John Wayne playing Genghis Khan and all these other things that have happened over the years, and Elizabeth Taylor playing Cleopatra. These things have gone on for years. It's crazy that in this day and age, now that killing of George Floyd has happened, now everyone is looking at things and say, oh man, Aunt Jemima is a slave and she wears a rag on her head. We shouldn't have that on our syrup. Like, it's amazing the things that people are realizing now. I mean, just the other day, Jenny Slate and Kristen Bell said they're going to stop voicing these biracial characters that they've been voicing, these two white women. So, you know how I am. So, you know I can go on and on about this. I won't. I'll just say that that's one of those ongoing Hollywood things that has always happened, and I've always had a problem with it. It's hard enough to get roles. Give them to if it's a black role, give it to a black person. And as far as James Bond, I don't want a black James Bond. I think that's ridiculous.
So here we go.
Oh.
See, okay. So perfect.
Okay.
I waited till
we're,
the
we're
end.
talking now.
I
Yeah.
waited till the end because that was my question for you. That's exactly my question for you. Because I think you, and it's not you personally, I think everybody is comfortable with the historical context of it. And I get you. If you are showing a movie of Cleopatra, she should be black. That makes sense to me. If you are going to make a Black Panther documentary or a mockumentary or a movie, I would hope the lead actor is black. I mean, it just makes sense. But at the same time, I understand the perspective of I guess, whitewashing movies, characters, or even the business. And definitely it's a hard industry for anybody of minority to get into and so forth, because it's controlled by X amount of people. It is what it is. I totally get that. But like I said, if you're going to be real with yourself, if you saw a black Batman, you'll that's what you would do.
I don't want that.
I'm just saying that's what you do, a double take. Not to say that somebody couldn't do it, but you would do a double take. But the same way that we are respecting those, I guess, main white character roles like a James Bond or a Batman, let the Green Lantern be black, bruh. Let the other guy be black.
So Harriet Tubman shouldn't be played by Julia Roberts, is what you're saying.
Had Hollywood done that, it would have been insane, bro.
I wanted to see that movie. I would have watched Harriet Tubman being played by Julia Roberts. That would have been some interesting stuff.
The accent would be horrible. That would drive me insane.
I could just see the director sitting around like, "What? She's got big lips. What's the big deal?"
Oh, here we go.
All right. My fault, man. My fault.
Here we go. She's won many Golden Globes. I don't know why you don't respect the craft. Why don't you respect the skin? How about that? Like, come on.
Julia Roberts is an amazing actress, but I'm not going to believe that she dragged people through the Underground Railroad. That's insanity. I wasn't completely on board with the British woman doing it, but it is what it is.
No, that's interesting. I mean, you brought up the Aunt Jemima thing, right? But one thing that I heard was her family, or whoever owns, the branding, they basically were like, no, this is a part of our history and our culture. Like, we want it to stay. Like, everybody's talking about, like, take it off, get rid of it, what it represents. But, like, this is a part of our family and we want it. So what do you guys think about when it works in reverse?
I didn't do proper research on this, so I don't want to be quoted for this. But what I heard was, forget the company that owns Aunt Jemima, they were not willing to pay the Aunt Jemima family for her likeness. That's what I was told. I was told that they weren't paid for. They didn't want to pay for their likeness, and they're like, "Yo, this is my grandmother," and they were like, "So that is what it leads to." The reason why they want to drop the label and change it and so forth. Because if they were properly sued and they went properly to the legal channels, they would have to back pay for the profits on Aunt Jemima. So it's better to just, hey, let's make it Auntie Jenny, because if it's Aunt Jemima, you got millions to pay back to the family.
Don't send me no Auntie Jenny syrup, though.
Yeah, I'm going to send you a picture when I find it. The only picture they have of Aunt Jemima, she's actually chained to the table, but that's neither here nor there.
What?
That's an old one. Yes, there's an
Yes.
there is an old ad
Yes.
of Aunt Jemima, and she's smiling, serving her
Yep.
masters and her children, and she's chained to a table.
Yes.
And what they did was they cropped the top portion of the photo
Yes.
and made it into an ad because she was smiling.
Exactly.
Shout out to Quaker Oats, man. I know we all love oatmeal.
I never trusted that Quaker dude. That hat looked real slavey-ony.
I don't even...
Is that an adjective? Slavey oni?
Hey man, Q's an author. He can make words.
That is true. You are given that access, that green light to create words.
He can make words.
Oh man.
I have a story for you guys. It's a story, and then it's going to be bookended by an ask, which is advice for some friends. Okay.
Oh, I'm good at this.
A fan of the podcast, and they came and they told us a story. I'm just going to lay it out for you guys. His roommates, while everything was happening with COVID, they were looking for a new apartment. It was 4 of them. One of them decided, I'll continue to look while you guys, kind of get your affairs in order as we look to move to, another place. His 3 friends decided that they were not going to move into another place. So they bought a boat and decided that they were going to live on the seas for the next 6 months. That is his predicament. So I wanted to ask you guys, what advice would you give either him or the sailors that decided they're going to go on this expedition with no prior sailing experience and are just going to rough it out?
The advice I would give them? I would give them is to call their loved ones now and tell them how they really feel.
Why is that?
Because death is on the horizon.
Yeah, between Jaws, Brutus, Orca, this guy has no chance, man. The sea is not a place for rookies or people that don't know what they're doing. That sounds real millennial, Courtney.
This guy Q associates millennials with stupidity and death every week.
Like literally all the time.
Every week.
You know the guys was under 30, E. Come on.
Stop it. First of all,
you know they were under 30.
Millennials are older than 32. Stop. Second, I'm a millennial. Stop. Third, I'm not stupid, and I dang sure don't want to die. That is not a millennial problem. That is an idiot problem. That's an idiot problem. If you think you're going to go out there and sail across the seas like Christopher Columbus, I don't know what to tell you. You never been out there and so forth. My advice to him is get new friends. Bounce. That's my advice to him.
Don't get on that boat, bruh. If you get on that boat, you ain't coming back. Because listen, y'all gonna run out of food,
funny.
bruh.
Them jokers probably can't even swim.
That's what I'm saying.
They probably can't even swim. Get out of here.
Probably can't.
They're gonna find the Bermuda Triangle.
So if you guys had to take this trip, what are y'all bringing? Like, what are you using to protect yourself?
First, I wouldn't go on the trip. Let's stop that right now.
No, I'm not going on the trip, Courtney.
That's my answer to your question. I'm not going on the trip.
I couldn't even get you guys to pretend that this could happen.
I'm not going on the trip.
No. If I was going on a trip, I would bring a gun because once it gets tight, yeah, man.
See, this is another hood guy. He got a gun is gonna help him out at sea.
Eventually, it's gonna be 4 of y'all. Y'all gonna be catching 4 fish every day. 4 fish. Eventually, you're only gonna catch 3. Next thing you know, you wrestling over fish. I'm not wrestling over fish in the middle of the sea, bro. I'm gonna just put you down, bro.
You're gonna let me catch the fish. You're like, that's a nice fish. Bang! And shoot me. Throw me overboard. Throw me overboard.
Survival of the fittest on the high seas. You know that.
Hold on. How did you just go from not being on this boat ride to now understanding the culture of
Now he's a Coast Guard. Now he's a Coast Guard.
Survival of the fittest that's everything pretty much. So that's what's going to happen out there.
All right. So you have 2 things that you can bring. Obviously, one is a gun. What's the second thing you're bringing?
That's tough, man. I guess my George Foreman.
George Foreman grill. Okay.
What?
That's a city slicker, ladies and gentlemen. He thinks he's gonna plug in a George Foreman grill on a boat over the sea to grill fish.
He's
I can't
obviously
stand this
talking about the portable version. I got you, Q.
Oh,
E,
There you go.
what are you bringing? What are your 2 items?
a life jacket and a knife.
Okay.
I might not shoot Q, but I'll stab him.
And see, that's what I mean. I can't swim. So you know I'm gonna have to take that life jacket up off you with my gun, bro.
I'm like, Q don't shoot me, coming for a hug. Slice. What are you bringing, Courtney?
Well, first of all, how y'all coming on this trip and y'all not bringing food? I'm bringing food. That's one of my 2 items. Like, y'all are just...
Bring
Q,
food.
he's the first to go. He's the first to go.
Exactly. Exactly. If you're the one that brings the food, bro, we got to get you up out of there when it
He's
gets
the
tight,
first to
bro.
go. He's the first to go. He's the first to go.
Y'all gonna kill me because I brought food to provide for you
He's
guys?
the
Yeah,
first to
oh,
go.
no.
Yo, this sailing idea sounds really good now. What's good, Court? What's good?
Well, you know what? Now I'm bringing as my second item. I don't even know. I'm bringing like a bomb. Like I need something to protect myself.
Oh, we all
Just
gonna
in
die
case.
now.
Yeah, we're all going at this point. Like if y'all,
Oh.
if I wake up and my food is gone, I'm blowing y'all up. Like that's just how it's going at this point. All right. So moral of the story is don't get on the boat. That's really what we're saying.
get
Because
on the
we
boat.
just went from being really great friends who podcast to just killing each other at the end of all of our situations.
Yeah, man.
It was self-defense, man. I saw Q with a gun.
I can't swim and I'm hungry all the time. I got to bring a gun.
And Courtney,
Because
he brought
honestly,
food and drinks. That was his 2 things. Food and drinks. Hey, guys.
well, you know what? My second thing before you guys got too like violent, I was actually going to bring entertainment. So I was gonna bring like a musical instrument, like you know what I mean, and like really.
Can you play an instrument?
I thought he meant like strippers.
All right. And that was a good show, ladies and gentlemen. That was a good show, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not bringing strippers on a boat, guys. I think the audience knows better that that's not what we're looking to do.
Well, first and foremost, Courtney, what instrument are you playing? Because as a foreigner, you can't play the instruments.
Well, the thing is,
Okay, so stop. Stop. You're bringing food and a useless instrument. You're definitely dying first. You're definitely dying first. We're on day 15 and this guy's trying to learn how to play the oboe. Stop. Kill him. Kill him.
I don't appreciate how you guys are destroying my creativity. I was bringing you food and entertainment, 2 things that this world is founded upon, and y'all was just gonna get me up out of here.
I'm saying, man, we need that food, bruh. You got no choice. Fish stop biting, bruh. You got all the food in your room. Gotta take you down.
There's no rooms. We're on a boat. It's just gonna be a flat surface of water.
It's not gonna be rooms on the lower level.
This guy thinks we're
Nah,
on a yacht.
we roughing it.
Goodbye. So now he changes the question. He thinks we're on a yacht with AC.
Wait,
He lost again
no.
putting in the George Foreman grill.
Yeah, come on, Q.
So what happens when you got to go to the bathroom?
Overseas, bro.
Yeah, you gotta just you get it
What?
overseas.
Q,
What do
have
you
you
mean
ever seen
did
it?
it overseas?
Q, have you ever seen a tree before?
Yeah.
Because you sound like a city boy. Have you ever seen a tree?
No,
What
but
are you
You're
doing?
saying if you're on a boat in the middle of the ocean, how are you going to the bathroom if there's not a
bucket and
bathroom?
A
down
bucket
below?
and you go overboard.
So
A bucket
E, and
you
we're
go
killing me
overboard.
first. We're killing me first. He doesn't even know how to use the bathroom. Yo, Q is dying. He's
Yo,
second. I
Q
can't
might,
leave.
Q might actually kill himself.
Wait. So you're saying if you got to poop, you poop in the bucket?
Yes. If there's no toilet, what are you going to do?
Oh, see, my squat game ain't on point like that, bro. I can't
Okay.
do it. Though.
Okay, so you poop over the edge of the boat and we'll see what happens. Poop
Yo,
over the edge of
I'ma
the boat.
poop
And
you
see
right over the edge.
Damn, bro.
Poop over the edge of the boat and see what happens.
I'm not trying to do P90X every time I got to poop, bro.
Oh,
Ain't
don't
nobody
worry.
doing
Bruh,
I told
if
you
I
that-
see your feet dangling over the edge because you're trying to take a off of you.
What happened to Q? He went for a splash.
Yeah.
Courtney laughing, he'd have to hold my arms while I went, so I don't know what he laughing at.
You guys are good friends.
I'm not holding your arms while you use the bathroom on a boat. That's
You would have
moving.
no
I'm not
choice,
doing
bro.
that.
We had no choice. Man.
You guys are really close.
Hey, man.
No, that's my brother, but I'm not doing that. Especially once you've already started this story by saying how you're going to eat me or kill me. Like, I'm flipping you over. But look, honestly, at the end of the day, shout out to that team. Like, you know, hopefully you guys travel around safe, even though you have no prior experience with sailing. You know, enjoy the seas. Don't do anything that any of us said. And we wish you luck.
Fire a flare gun so the Coast Guard can find you.
I don't think you're coming back, though.
So in other words, thanks for listening.
Yeah, man.
This is gonna be the last episode.
I'm gonna shoot you some flyers for the podcast, man. You ain't coming back. We know we losing a listener. You got to get us some new ones. That's how it works.
You just did a referral program off of a dying sailor?
We're losing a listener.
Can you do a moment of silence?
It's a shame, man.
It's supposed to be silence.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not coming back.
Yeah.
Show some respect.
Sorry. All right, big ups to you, bro. We wish you the best.
I thought that was the instrument you were bringing on the boat. That's the shit.
Oh, that was a good one. I want to say thank you to everybody for joining us. Shout out to the sailors at sea. We're with you.
No, we ain't.
Shout out to Popeye. Popeye the sailor. Shout out. And to his 3 nephews. Shout out to Popeye. Shout out to his 3 nephews, Poopeye, Peepeye, and Pipeye. Shout out to his dad, Poop Deck Pappy. Shout out to his wife, Olive Oil.
That's not
the only person is Olive Oil. That's the only real person.
His nephews. You don't remember his 3 nephews that he used to babysit?
No, I did not watch that show in 1963.
He had 3 nephews that he used to babysit. Peepeye, Poopeye, and Pipeye.
See, the issue is Q's family actually used to travel by boat. So the thing where we were joking about this, like...
Wow. You hear that, everybody? I am the only American on the show, and my family is the ones that travel by boat. See how they do me?
That's really offensive, Q.
No. It's not offensive. How did Christopher Columbus get here?
By boat.
By boat.
Hold on. Yo, I'm ending the episode. All right. Look, everybody, thank you for joining us. Join us next Thursday. Please don't hesitate to subscribe, write us a review, leave us a rating. Find us on Instagram @bruh. It's a podcast. You can leave us a question at anchor.fm/BIAP. Thank you for the fan today who called in.
Send us stuff.
And we would like to let you guys know
stop
that...
listening to Q, man. Courtney, stop talking. Yo, hit him with the outro.
Bruh, 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 bruh. It's a podcast.